What's up, Pop Squad? We're back with another Popcast. Andrew and myself, Luke. And today we're going to talk about some of the exclusives and how they're distributed by stores. We touched on this before when we did our a video a couple weeks ago where we said distribution was a big thing, but we're actually going to get to the point of them releasing exclusives.
Right, so each retailer that sells Pops usually gets an exclusive all over the place. Walgreens, Target, GameStop, a lot of big retailers, even like certain like Toy Wars and even smaller retailers get exclusives themselves.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So the big thing is these stores have problems with how they distribute them. Yeah, of course. So really, GameStop, you can see GameStop and Hot Topic are usually pretty good with how they're doing it. But then you have stuff like Walmart or Target, which may never even get the exclusive. Or some people are saying that people are going in and taking them right out of the box because they're an exclusive from Walgreens. No one really knows how these stores are getting their exclusives. No one knows, does this
in terms
store,
of distribution numbers.
So Walgreens seems to be getting all the it always gets Star Wars stuff, and it always gets
Marvel's. Yeah, they're big Marvel distributors.
And they're in the middle. I would say they're in the middle of the pack where they will actually get their items, but they're not to the point of like Hot Topic where they're stocked above and beyond.
Right, because Walgreens is obviously not a toy distributor.
You don't expect
they're a drugstore more or less. So the rate that they get their exclusives, you might be looking forever to find, like that Mace Windu or that Venom exclusive Walgreens, because they don't get a lot of stock, so they won't order more Pops because it's all like the same SKU number for each toy. Yeah. It's not like a individual thing.
When you start getting to those smaller stores, that's when the issue occurs. People will go online and look at all these things and like, oh, it's in this SKU number. And then you look at the SKU number and it comes in with
a general Marvel.
The whole they don't just say Marvel. It won't tell you which one it is.
So it could be Venom, but then it could be like the millionth, Gwenpool
or Moana or something like
that.
that. But then when you get to GameStop or you get to Hot Topic or FYE, you look up the SKU and it's exactly what the item is that you're looking for, which is nice, especially when it comes to exclusives. Exclusives, they pop up all the time, but they're to the point where they're still like slightly more rare than a common. So that's where it really comes down to, and some of these stores, they don't know exactly what they're doing, or maybe it goes back to distribution in general. So then you have some other stores are starting to pop up, Books A Million and Toy Wars. They're popping up with all these exclusives, and I think that goes to show that Funko is actually expanding on how they're going to do this. And then we have...
It seems like it's a bit of a shame, though, because I know... like with the Megazord, which was the SDCC exclusive, and that was like a shared exclusives through a lot of like small comic book stores. They seem to be, like price gouging on the Megazord because they knew it was something people wanted. It retailed at $20. Some stores are selling it at $40 from the jump,
exactly.
which
it's crazy. And some stores now they're starting to get them in stock and they're $60. So it's like It's like what can you do about that? But the big thing that you actually touched on with the exclusives is when the small stores are starting to get them now. The thing that Funko, I don't know if they don't care, they even thought about it. Stores are getting something that should be a common, and they're getting them exclusively at these stores, and that I think hurts it. So the big one I think was Soldier 76. That's one that comes to mind for the Overwatch. And just to give you an idea, this is a common Pop, but it's only at GameStop. Okay, whereas all the other Pops for Overwatch have been regular, except for like the Blizzard May, which is that's an exclusive for Hot Topic, but it's not the regular May. It's her doing her ult, which is, that's fine. But when you come to a common Pop that a lot of people are going to want, I feel like it hurts your company and it hurts the people who want it to actually get the actual Pop. And then I think it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens often enough that you see it.
I think luckily with Soldier 76, though, GameStop was pretty well stocked on him. It's just after like a month or two, it seemed like stores were like selling out of them, and then people were like online were like, "Oh, now he's $50." Like, so and you were able to get one, but
it's not. And the thing is like, oh well, what about these flippers? The Pops are not made to be flipped. Okay, and so if anyone says that, it's like that's not the point. People make these to collect them. And did GameStop get that? Yeah, good for them. But I still think that hurts the consumer, especially if it's a common pop like that. And then the next thing on top of that, which is now the opposite, when you get something rare, we get the chases.
Right.
Or like the Blizzard May, something exclusive. And I think that's great. I think that, if you actually get that, that's great. And it's meant to be rare.
I think Funko really hit on something with the chases that, having a chase pop is a super cool idea. It makes a common pop, more wanted because, it has that chase sticker. I think there's a lot of pops out there that people wouldn't even touch, but just because it has that chase sticker on it, it's like, oh, for sure, I'm going to get it because it is rare.
Yeah, so on top of that, to go from the beginning, when there's less people collecting them, the chases were 1 in 36. So super rare for you to get them, okay? Then, now that there's so many people collecting them, they changed it. They said, okay, I've heard things of 1 in 12, but now we know that they're 1 in 6, and then with Valerian, it was 2 in 6 because they had multiple chases. But in general, they have increased the amount of chases there are, but because there's more people, it kind of is still similar to that 1 in 36 or probably.
Yeah. So what 1 in 6 means is that if you bought 6 of the same pop, got it from a distributor, you should get 1 chase out of that 6.
It's obviously it's a percent. That's the percentage. Doesn't mean you necessarily will, but it's something to think about. And that is a huge thing. All these they went from chases used to be it was the same exact mold but maybe a different color scheme.
Yeah, like Reptar here, you can see has the green box. He's green Reptar, but since he's the chase one, they made him the purple, which was the original Reptar, and I think that is cool.
That's cool. Exactly. But then when people are saying, obviously this is people, they can say whatever they want, but I see stuff online this is a different mold. Why is it even a chase? Because I really actually want it. People want to finish the collections, and if you miss the chase, I have the regular one. It's just as good, except a different skin. But I see people saying it's a different mold. I really want it now because
the two that came out recently were the South Park Terrence and Phillips. They got chases. Some had the chases had flags.
Yeah,
the regular skin.
So it's okay. Well, I don't even want the common. I just want the flag. If you're not collecting, they're just looking for the chase. And I agree with you that chases people will not buy. There's definitely many pops that will not be bought unless they're chases.
Going back to the Valerian one, I don't think anyone would have bought the dog hand.
Yeah, he had what? He was one was he had a rock, another one he had
a purse.
He had a purse, another one didn't he have a book?
Yeah.
So it was a common and 2 chases, and it's okay, well if you're looking for that one, you gotta shell out for both these chases. But the good thing with that is it's not more expensive, so. That also helps people.
At retail, at least.
Yeah.
Chases, like we said, are 1 in 6, so they're a little harder to find. We've been lucky to I've been lucky to find a couple in the wild of both.
You found that one for me too.
Pops, rock candies, Dorbs.
Yeah.
We do have a few, which we are thankful for.
Yeah. And I don't know how other companies plan to do it, like GameStop or all these retail stores, but it's getting to the point where exclusives, chases, they're actually getting harder to get, but I think we will actually see an influx of we want more of this exclusive. So that's also a good thing. So people who are like with Soldier, you don't have to look online. You can expect that Funko is actually pretty good with that, getting to that. Now how they distribute them, I don't know if they're going to do anything with the timing of how they let them out to the public. I don't know if they'll ever have a hard date for every store besides like Star Wars exclusives or like a Comic-Con exclusive. Besides that, I don't think they'll ever do a timed release on stuff. So that's something to look forward to, as well as chases.
Yeah.
So, other than that, guys, if you have any questions about chases or exclusives, ones that you haven't seen or where you can actually look, just leave those comments or questions down below, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Because chase hunting, you got to be pretty vigilant. You got to go to the store when they open or when you think they're getting.
And even knowing people will help. But that's gonna do it for us, guys. Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting out there.